Om Namah Shivaya. Chapter 16. The topic of the Brahman bliss. Ribhu said, I shall now tell you about the bliss of Brahman, rare to come by in all three worlds, just by hearing which one can attain eternal liberation. Brahman is everywhere, so bliss is likewise everywhere. Though it is everywhere at all times, due to ignorance, it seems as if it is not there. In ignorance, Brahman seems not. An illusion seems real. In knowledge, Brahman is the sole existent one, the ever-existent one. And illusion is not at all. Just by hearing which one can attain eternal liberation. If ignorance is eliminated by receiving spiritual instruction, there is liberation from all of the imagined bondage. The nature of this liberation is eternal. So there is no time when it is not. There has been no time when it is not. And there will not be a time when it is not. As long as illusion is accepted as real, the liberation is very rare. If there is knowledge, the same liberation that was rare is found to be the only existent one. The nature of the truth everywhere at all times. Verse 2. I am indeed the Self that is supreme bliss, ever bliss only. I am of the nature of complete bliss. The world is all consciousness bliss. The Self is supreme being. The Self is the supreme consciousness. The Self is the supreme bliss. There is nothing beyond its existence. There is nothing beyond of knowledge or consciousness. And there is nothing more blissful than the reality of the Self. This Self should be understood to be the real significance of I. Who am I? I am ever-existent, so I am ever the bliss only. That is, I am only existence, always. Likewise is it for the nature of bliss. There is no separate knower in the realization or knowledge of existence. Likewise, there is no I that is separate from that which is bliss. If you inquire and realize the true nature of your existence, you will simultaneously realize that which is only bliss. I am of the nature of complete bliss. Unlike any feeling or emotion and such, which are incomplete, the bliss of the self is complete. There's no one distinct from it to be lacking in it. It is complete bliss because there is no separate individuality. It is complete bliss because it is non-objective, of the very nature of the one who realizes it. It is complete bliss because it's eternal. It is complete bliss because it is non-conditional. It is complete bliss because it is without a cause. It is complete bliss because it is the self, which is one and only. Where is this bliss? Only in and of the self. What then is all this, the universe? It is all consciousness bliss. There is no separate thing of which to make a world. Universally, there is only one existence. and it knows itself, being of the nature of consciousness. And having no modifications in it, it is complete bliss. What is mistaken for a world and an I is actually just Being-Consciousness-Bliss, the single reality. This is who you are. Regardless of its rarity, dive deep within and know the self as it is. Verse 3. I am ever endless bliss. This world is knowledge bliss. I am of the nature of enlightened bliss. This mind is ever bliss. I am ever endless bliss. That which is endless always is. Infinite in terms of time, infinite in terms of space. Infinite in terms of knowledge. Endless existence. This existence is bliss. That it would be contrary-wise is only delusion. Put an end to the ignorance, and bliss itself knows itself, as I realizes the I. This world is knowledge bliss. Consciousness alone is its substance. Where the consciousness is, so is the bliss. If this world is only knowledge bliss, that is not much of a world. For knowledge is formless and limitless. And not distinct from the one who knows it. I am of the nature of enlightened bliss. It is the bliss of existence. It is bliss that knows itself as such. It is bliss without delusion. For even the cause of ignorance is non-existent. If you cease to misidentify, you will eliminate ignorance. With the abandonment of ignorance, its destruction. What remains is only enlightened bliss. This mind is ever bliss. If ignorance is eliminated by right knowledge, what kind of mind is it that remains? Or what is it that we're referring to as the mind? It is not a separate entity or a secondary knowing principle. There is only consciousness. The mind is only that. consciousness reveling in itself is bliss. What supposes the reality to be otherwise should be questioned and being inquired into. That which had seemed to be a mind is found to be only unformed consciousness. The bliss of it is self-evident. Not to be known by another, but only by the self. Verse 4. I am just simple being. I am just simple bliss. I am just knowledge alone. Try to be of this conviction for the extinction of the phenomenal world. I am just simple bliss. The word for simple is kevala. It indeed means simple, but it can also mean lone, existing by itself. I am just lone bliss, or I am just simple bliss. They both are the truth. It is just simple bliss because it is not cluttered up with false notions and thoughts. It is called lone bliss, for it is being which alone exists. In either case, it is one without a second, no other. Rather, this alone is fully what you are. And what you truly are is forever. So he says, I am just knowledge alone. Objectless knowledge. What is knowledge devoid of an object? What is a thought or the mind without an object? I am just knowledge alone. Nothing that is the known should be regarded as yourself. And what is not the self is not real. Try to be of this conviction for the extinction or cessation of the phenomenal world. To what should your spiritual efforts be applied? They should be applied for the certainty of this conviction. The conviction regarding the nature of the self. The reality without a second. Why should we bring about the extinction of the phenomenal world? It is because every bit, even the least bit, of the conception of a world has within it, implicitly, the misidentifications which hide the reality of Brahman, which is the reality. How does the phenomenal world become extinct? It is by knowledge. If the world was real, even to the least degree, it would not be possible to know it is unreal later when knowledge is applied to it. If the world was in the least bit real, now. It would not be possible to know it is unreal later. For reality is inextinguishable. Because it is unreal now, it will be unreal later as well. For the real is always so, and the unreal is always so. Verse 5. I am indeed ever the true, the supreme light, ever characterized by existence and such. I am ever the self, devoid of existence and such, ever the light, the desirable. You are indeed yourself, the truth. And you are ever the truth. Because your nature cannot change. What is true about your nature is always true. What is false regarding your nature is always false. That which illumines the truth's self-luminosity, is the supreme light. It is the light of pure knowledge. It is an indivisible light. It is that light which illumines all perception, all thought and such, and which shines just as before, when all that is eliminated. It is always characterized by existence. It never becomes non-existent or diminished in the least. It is therefore impossible to undergo modification or change. What is perpetual existence is ever the self. Inquire within, discerning the real nature of the self. That alone carries the significance of I. the reality, devoid of limited existence or individuality and such. Rather, what you are is ever the light, and it is the desirable, that which is dear, that which is beloved. That is what you are. Om Namah Shivaya.